So starting the test drive in this Nautilus, what's interesting about this, I mean, everything is interesting about this, but one of the things that kind of catches me off guard is the steering wheel. Just having this weird kind of oval-like shape. It looks fantastic, but actually driving it, it doesn't feel right. I'm sure you get used to that, but where I'm used to being at 10 and 2, I feel like there's more space here as opposed to just having a more circular wheel. But it could all be in my head. But again, it looks fantastic. It looks different. It looks futuristic. Where this thing really shines, I think probably for me, one of the more, what's the best way to put it? I guess futuristic, like ahead of its time, I guess. This feels like it's ahead of its time, just having the screens here, a screen there, the buttons, the steering wheel, the overall features you get, and especially just looking at it from the outside, I feel like this is one of the best releases for a vehicle that I've seen, other than maybe the Cybertruck, and that's only because it's different, like in a different direction, like weird. But this is just so elegant, so clean, so, again, futuristic's the only way to describe it. I feel like this is 10 years ahead of its time in terms of the looks, in terms of the technology, but Lincoln has always kind of been there. That's why they're so pricey. Just everything you get is much more, I should say much fancier than it needs to be. But I mean, a beautiful looking machine. You do get that same 8-speed automatic and turbocharged 4-cylinder that was in the older Nautiluses, but if you're driving one of these, honestly, that's not really gonna be a concern. I think the 2-liter gets up, you have all-wheel drive, you have your different drive modes as well. Just an impressive package, and I think, say what you will about how expensive vehicles are, I think this is a pretty solid deal for mid-60s. The only place where I would have liked to have seen something, and I don't know how much everything costs from a manufacturer standpoint, but I would have loved if this had the 3-liter turbocharged V6. But other than that, I mean, I have no complaints about this whatsoever. Now I'm gonna put it into, I guess I'm in excite mode now, so I'm gonna leave it there and gonna try and get up to speed getting on the interstate. So we'll give it just a little throttle here. And I love how muscular the engine is without being overly intrusive. They did a phenomenal job with the overall just cabin acoustics in here. It's very quiet from the engine bay. And even with these 21-inch wheels, I'm cruising here right at 70. Road noise is not intrusive at all. Very impressed by that. And we do get the Blue Cruise here. So I can adjust that gap back, lane centering, adaptive cruise, all of that. And just a phenomenal driving experience. Very elegant. Now I might not have this cruise on, I can't see, or the lane centering. But again, you do get that capability. And just what you get for the money, I think this is gonna be hard to beat. I don't think Cadillac's XT5 is touching this. Even some of the German competitors, I don't know if they can really reach where Lincoln has put the bar. But a phenomenal vehicle. With all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Lincoln Nautilus Reserve 3.